Hi, my name is Randy Rolfe, and I'm president of the Institute for Creative Solutions, and I'm sharing foundational concepts of vibrant health through natural living. And I wanted to talk today about our digestive system. It's critical. It's like our skin. It's the first encounter with our environment. We have the air and the water and all the things that we do from the outside, but the next contact is when we take food in. And a recent study yesterday came out, a huge study done in Canada of people who were taking some of those protein pump inhibitors to deal with heartburn. Now, many people don't really understand what's going on with heartburn, but it's basically the return of stomach acid up through the esophagus, and the esophagus has a whole lot more sensory reports than the stomach. We don't feel the acid in the stomach, but it's very acidic. It's like pH of 2 to digest protein and release minerals and that kind of thing. But if something's going on in the stomach that doesn't keep the acid from returning up to the esophagus, it hurts right around where the heart is. So that's why it's called heartburn. So there have been various solutions. When I was growing up, Alka-Seltzer was the big deal. It fizzed and alkalized the acid in the stomach. Then they came up with proton pump inhibitors, which actually stopped the stomach from producing the acid, the hydrochloric acid you need to digest. So now they're finding out, they thought these drugs were fairly innocuous, but after long-term use, they discover that people do get symptoms of malnutrition. For instance, their bones get weaker because they're not absorbing their calcium and other balancing minerals well. Also, this report yesterday found that people come up with chronic kidney disease, and they don't have any kidney crisis or symptoms that lets the patients or the doctors know that they're developing kidney weakness. So that's very disturbing. If you're taking those kinds of drugs long term to stop heartburn, you don't want to know that you don't want to have your kidneys being sacrificed for that, because there's nothing to do when the kidneys stop working except dialysis. So the important thing to remember is we need that acid to digest our proteins properly and to release the minerals and get them absorbed properly. And so what do you do? The main problem with heartburn, it's usually related to stress, because we're producing too much acid at the wrong times. Our acid should be produced when we're eating our meals. Now, if you're having too many meals or snacking on non-nutritional foods, you might be producing acid at weird times. You might be overeating at dinner because you didn't have lunch, or you snacked too much and you haven't finished digesting the snack, and it gets the whole pattern all messed up so that acid is coming up at the wrong time. There's also a tendency to blame that the sphincter that keeps stuff from coming up from the stomach into the esophagus is sometimes weak or not functioning properly. But in most cases, it's from stress of irregular eating patterns and just emotional, mental stress, so that you're basically stomach's churning. That's the way often anxiety is described. So relaxation and getting back into nature, natural patterns of eating quality food, getting enough rest, and putting some kind of magnetic pad on your tummy to keep it relaxed, that kind of thing can make a huge, huge difference. So if you are getting heartburn, realize that you need to rebalance your digestive system, and do that before you start any kinds of medications. And that was one of the things that the researchers recommended. Change your diet and get more rest before you use these medications for a prolonged period of time, because You want to keep your kidneys healthy. They keep the balance of all the minerals and fluids in your body. And we are 80% fluid. It's really important to keep that balance going. And the kidneys are the main ones in charge of doing it. So that's it for today. The importance of acid in your digestion and how to keep it happy. Thanks.